Hey guys. Can everybody hear me? Awesome. Alright. Sweet. Well, I guess we should just go ahead and get started. Is the music too loud or anything? Let me know. And I'll turn that down a bit. So far, it looks like we are okay. Let me go and turn it down just a little bit. There we go. That sounds a little bit better. Sweet. Alright, let's see what we got here. Okay. Here we go. So, welcome to the stream, everybody. Hello, Golden Phoenix Flames. Hey, Ass Master. Hey, Ace Master? I don't know. Wolfenstein. Hey, how's it going? I'm glad you like the song. I like the song too. It's probably one of my favorite login screens from League in a while. So, yeah, pretty amazing. Pretty amazing stuff. So, for those of you guys who who weren't here last time, I was modeling Yasuo. And since the last time we talked, I got a lot of progress done on his face, which I think has improved greatly since the last time I was streaming. Because before he was kind of his skin was kind of not realistic or anything like that, and his face looked very I don't know how to say it, just not very Yasuo-y, and I think I've gotten to a point where I like it. So you can see his nipples there. Just censor that in your mind if you're into that. But yeah, so let's see. I'm currently working on this League of Legends project, which will include Yasuo and Riven. I've already finished modeling Riven and rigging her, and so this is the Yasuo portion of that project. So looks like the lighting's a little bit off. So I'm gonna go and start off with his armor. I'm gonna go ahead and get his armor done. So let's see what we can do about that. So this is what his armor looks like, and it's pretty badass. But of course, I want to be as efficient with this geometry as possible. So I'm gonna go ahead and adjust the positioning of this, and hopefully it fits pretty well. First I'm gonna just convert tries to quads, just to clean that up a little bit. It looks like it's generally pretty good. There's a few things that I would change, but yeah, it looks pretty clean after that algorithmic conversion, which sometimes you can trust, sometimes you can't. So I'm just going to stick with that, and here we go. Wait, real quick, I want to remove doubles, so make sure I remove any doubles. There we go. Yeah, tons of doubles there to remove. Doubles meaning vertices that are overlapping each other. which is not something you necessarily want. But yeah. This song is called, I don't actually know if it has a name, but it's Talia's login theme from League of Legends. So, you can look that up pretty easily. Wolfenstein, doing good. By the way, I wanted to ask, how do you do hair? It's one of the things that I've always been bad at for 3D modeling. There's a number of ways to do hair, actually. So there's no real like correct way. How it depends on what you're doing the hair for. So I've done hair a number of different ways. As of right now, I'm doing mesh hair, which is actually just based on the in-game hair model that I extracted, which I'm planning on, obviously making it a little bit better and more high res and stuff like that, with some extra strands here and there, and adding, of course, some physics to it. But it's generally pretty simple. It's just you just get the mesh of the hair, and you kind of texture it to kind of look like hair, which in this case it looks like that. And I'm going to be toon shading it as well, so it's going to be more of a textured look there. But there's another way to do it. Hey, Quooksies. The other way to do hair is the way I did hair originally for Akali in Ionia the Blood Moon, my other League of Legends animation. In Ionia the Blood Moon, I did basically real hair. It's you have strand for strand calculations. It's much more processor intensive, so there's of course that to consider. It's going to have longer render times, etc., etc. But it looks nicer and has better physics. So that way, the way Blender does it is you basically comb it. You spawn particle settings in Blender, and then you start combing it into the way you want it to. So very interesting. You kind of learn about how to be a hairstylist and stuff like that when you start messing around with those settings. But it's a lot of fun and gets some good results. But it's a little tricky. I think the biggest trick for hair is the sweetener for hair. If you have any problems making hair in CG, I'm referring to the strand hair, of course, the more advanced hair. That usually gets sweetened with a really nice shader. If you don't have a good shader for your hair, it's going to look bad no matter how well you comb it, no matter how well you style it. And so you want to be able to either find a shader online that you can use, or try out some different shaders. Blender has a really nice hair shader built into it, which is amazing. I mean, you're still going to have to do a little bit of tweaking here and there, but overall it has a really nice hair BDSF reflection and what is it, translucency shader. So you can play around with that a little bit as well. And it looks like here, the way this armor bends, this is going to be very interesting to rig when it comes down to it. Because he's going to have his shoulder pads move with the armor. Anthony Luke, I do animate. I'm currently just making the characters for my animation. So I do everything. I do rigging, I do modeling, and I do animation, as well as lighting and editing and sound design and directing and rendering, etc. But yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm pretty satisfied with how that conforms to his body. I'd like this to get a little bit closer. I'm going to smooth it out. There we go. That's better. Dylan, what kind of project are you going to do in the future? Actually, I'm going to be working on this project for a little bit, as well as another Minecraft project that's going to be coming soon. Gods Don't Bleed 3 is coming, and then also Project Monty, which is an original tribute animation to Monty. So those are our upcoming projects. So keep an eye out for those. Those are going to be pretty cool. But yeah, let's see. Man, this is pretty good. But I'm gonna have to think about how to rig these guys. Each one is gonna have to go with a slightly different weight, but I'll figure that out later. And these leather straps look pretty good. I think I'm pretty satisfied with that. But yeah, let's see. Got that done. He has the cowl. I need this over here. Bring that over. Oh, who's that? Grodriguez, G Rodriguez, 4445. Thank you very much for following. And for those of you guys on YouTube, that's my Twitch stream. So feel free to follow me there as well. It's completely up to you. It's your streaming medium of choice, really. I mean, some people like Twitch, some people like YouTube. So let's see. Okay. I think I'm pretty much have him good to go. Oh, of course, the belts. The belts are important. Belts are important. So let's go ahead and get some belts on him. He has a ring here, and also his entire left arm is covered in cloth as well. So let's go ahead and get that done. So I'm gonna go ahead and select these here. Fey Walt Black, thank you for following. Okay, and then bring this here. Make sure I select all of them. I'm pressing L, by the way. Oh, let me go ahead and start screencast keys for those of you guys who need to see that. By the way his eyebrows work, because they do look very large, and I agree with that, is it's using an alpha texture. xdark/x, thank you for following. What I'm doing is I'm basically saving on resources. Instead of actually spawning any kind of hair or anything like that for the eyebrows, which I did for Riven actually, I decided to go with the cheaper route, which is just using a plane and then having an eyebrow texture on top of it, allowing me to save on resources but still kind of get the basic idea of an eyebrow across. Let's see, do I have any more? Looks like I'm pretty much good. Tough Spitfire, thank you for following. Okay, there we go. Do you have any tips on modeling? I want to start making League animations too. It would be nice if you had any advice. My greatest advice to you would be don't be afraid to take shortcuts. Just don't be afraid. In-show Maltho, thank you for following. Don't be afraid to take shortcuts, because like honestly, like at the end of the day, if it works, it works. And I know a lot of people who try to do like make everything perfect, right? You gotta make everything perfect. You don't have to. And another shortcut, like the biggest shortcut you can do is find resources online that you can use. One thing that you can do if you're not ready to model, for example, and you're just thinking like, oh, I just really want to get into making an animation. I just want to make an animation. Don't be afraid to just use the game models or something. As a beginning kind of thing. Like if you really want to get started in creating something, Monty Ohm, Mr. Bad Idea, thank you for following. Monty Ohm was notorious for using existing models from the games to create his animations, because he didn't have time to model every character, right? And that was very efficient for him, and he was able to make Haloid and Dead Fantasy, and like there's tons of great things that wouldn't have existed.
Oh yeah.
He didn't. Aniska, thank you for donating $1. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you very much. You're awesome. But yeah, so there is a very good reason to just skip the modeling process altogether if you can. So don't let that think that your workflow is suddenly cheapened or something like that. That's all I would say. But other than that, the way I model faster is I download base characters, and that's when I, for example, for this one I used a base character for Yasuo. It's a base male mesh, and it has like all the basic topology there, and use that as a jumping off point. You can model a lot faster when you have the basics already there. So like, when you model a human head, download a human head first and then tweak it a little bit. That's a lot faster than modeling a human head from scratch. So that's another tip I'll give you. Sea Bear Stream. Thank you for following. I love the T at the end. Very excellent touch. I use Blender for this is the software I'm using right now, Blender 3D. Panda Dude 112. Thank you for following. Let's see. Okay. Alrighty. I think that is good. Yeah. Yes. This guy needs to be merged. So let's just do that. Excuse me. Remove any doubles just in case. And it looks like we got that sorted out. And then I'm going to continue taking up as much of the original meshes polygons as possible. Looks like I got all the belt meshes here. And then I'm going to go and move it over to Half Glove. Thank you for following. How do you feel about the Mark Zhang trailers? I think they're really good. The dude has some really good choreographical ideas. And yeah, I enjoyed watching them, you know. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn on proportional editing. By the way, for those of you guys who are curious how to get this visual style in Blender, like when you're modeling, this is something I didn't even know for the longest time, because not a lot of people use it, I feel like, but it's pretty amazing. You just basically go here to Matte Cap, in the shading, you can check, this is how Blender looks like by default, which it's okay, but if you really want to get, OKC, thank you for following. If you really want to get like a nice like contour shading and stuff like that, you turn on Matte Cap, and you can select whatever you want. You can go like, oh, I want more of like a kind of an ambient gray, I can do this, this is one of my favorites, the chocolate one. Just dark chocolate everywhere. Excellent lighting. Really, really glossy. But yeah, it's a good way to be able to see like contours and stuff, which is why like ZBrush and stuff, the more advanced sculpting softwares use similar shading styles, and it's to get a better idea of how the geometry looks. How long have you been animating? xdark/x asks. I have been animating slash doing CG for about 4 years now. I think it's been about 4 years. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and assume that these will go underneath his armor. Bring his armor over. It looks like this. This chocolate looks too delicious. I'm gonna bring it back to here. Yeah. I do have a program where I can extract all League of Legends models, so I can use that a lot. But thank you for the advice. Yeah, no problem, man. I highly recommend it. Luminary Chief 56, thank you for following. But yeah, even if you don't have that program or whatever, you can still find the models online. A lot of people provide them on different websites and stuff, which I don't know exactly which ones, but they definitely do exist. Let me bring this over here. Yeah. All right. Looks like Kaz wants to hear this amazing music. For those of you guys who want the music, I'm going to post it here in the chat. There we go. And yes, I do have autoplay on True. I mean, I don't know if that's default. I have an extension that has auto replay, so I can listen to this thing on repeat because it's amazing. So no shame there. But yeah, I'm just gonna bring this guy and kind of tuck it into his armor. I don't have to connect it, but if I do, it'll definitely get rid of any kind of animation errors that might come out of it. Like, I don't want his strap to suddenly pop out of his armor and then show that it's not connected. So I might actually just connect it with the back here. I'm gonna go and extrude this as well. Oops, excuse me. Just want these. Okay. Yes, I'm reading both chats, YouTube and Twitch, so feel free to ask me questions. Feel free. Mogar Malcolm, I'm glad I always seem to have excellent timing for you. Okay. Are you going to post this entire video later? Yes, I want to start uploading VODs on my second channel. ZJ, thank you for following. So, if you guys do want to get an update on when the VODs are uploaded, unless you guys, I mean, I can get a personal opinion from you guys just because I'm hesitant to post it on my main channel just because I know a lot of people on my main channel are just looking for my animations, and having a stream up is kind of like, oh, like, is this an animation? No, that sucks, you know, I want an animation. So, like, I definitely don't want to annoy you guys with the stream VODs, but if you guys want it on the main channel and don't mind, let me know, because that takes a little bit less work on my part. Because I usually re-upload it if I have to move it to my second channel. So let me know. I'm legitimately curious what you guys think about that. Why don't you use Maya? I use Blender because Blender is actually faster for a lot of things, like modeling. I think Blender is actually faster than Maya. And a lot of people, you know, in the industry agree with that, but Maya is the industry standard. Modo nowadays is getting a lot more attention. Modo being the kind of the new and upcoming modeling software. Modo actually has a lot of similarities with Blender in terms of its modeling workflow. So like, so what I've heard. So like, I'm really excited to see like if people start kind of accepting Blender as well as Modo as like kind of a newer industry standard. And Modo is definitely picking up a lot of steam, and we'll probably soon go into the animation industry as well. I hear their animation, whatchamacallit, their animation support is getting a lot better, so that's good. So those of you guys who don't know, my second channel is DillonGoo2. That's DILLONGOO, and then TOO. So DillonGoo2 TOO at the end. So if you guys want to subscribe to me on there, you can get some notifications there. How are you doing that without touching the other surfaces? This is one of the amazing things about Blender that Maya actually doesn't have. Maya doesn't have an exclusive edit mode. So when Blender goes into edit mode, you can only edit those vertices for that particular object. There's no crosstalk. Like, I can't click over here. Like, there's no vertices for me to click. It's only within this this edit mode for this particular object, which is amazing. And you know, compared to Maya, where it's like if you click out, then suddenly you're in object mode of a different object. It's like, why would I want to do that? Why don't you just give me an option to toggle it? And that's exactly what Blender does. Blender has an option. You just press tab, and you can go in and out of edit mode. You can you know, switch between object mode and edit mode very easily with a hotkey. And yeah, one of the reasons why Blender is much more efficient with modeling. Dylan Goat. Dylan Goat too. I'm guessing Minecraft animation is 1,000 times easier. Yes, to a certain extent. I mean, Minecraft animations means basically that you have all your assets modeled already. You know, they're very easy. And a lot of the times, the skins are enough to get the general idea across. You don't need to have specific shaders or anything like that. But yeah, we'll see. I'm doing some experimentation on the new Batman Minecraft animation I'm working on, which I'll show you guys a sneak peek later on today. So remind me, don't let me forget. I want to show you guys a sneak peek of that. But yeah, it's pretty it's gonna be pretty interesting. I'm doing a more kind of realistic take on Minecraft. It's still Minecraft, but in terms of the shading and stuff like that, I'm trying out a very high definition sort of look, and kind of Zack Snyder-y. It's gonna look very moody, and it's inspired by Batman vs Superman, which I didn't like, by the way, but I did like how it looked and how the action scenes felt. So I'm gonna play around with that a little bit, and it's gonna be pretty fun. Gonna be pretty fun. Yes, it is. Alright, let me go ahead and model the little glove thing here. Sorry, for those of you guys who are speaking, I think you're speaking Portuguese, but I can't tell. I can't read Portuguese. I'm so sorry. I really want to, but yeah. What about the animation? Why do you use Blender over Poser and Maya for animation? I prefer Blender for animation just for similar reasons. I actually like Blender's hotkeys for just general manipulation, which includes animation. Like what I'm doing here, like if you guys can notice the screencast keys here, you know, every time I'm doing one of these things, I'm pressing a button, right? Like I'm just pressing like R, and then I can press R again and move this around, which doesn't show on screencast, but that's just because of a bug. But you know, I can do free rotation very easily. I can also do R and then X, and then or G and X, and I can move it around this way, G and Y, G and Z, and you can't do that in Maya. You have to drag this manipulator you know, and do that, which is pretty tedious. Or, you know, you can do middle click or whatever, and like, you know, you can do all that dragging. But it's something that's much slower when you have to use the mouse and put it in a specific position to manipulate something. It takes its toll, you know. Just a few seconds faster will save you hours down the road, is what I've noticed. So my philosophy is just trying to be as efficient as possible, and that's why I use Blender. Poser, I actually do use Poser for a lot of things, but particularly for mocap. Poser is really good for motion capture editing. So a lot of times I'll actually export Poser mocap stuff into Blender, and yeah, it works pretty well with that as well. Okay, let's see. Hey, Ace Master. Did you get the textures from the game as well? Yeah, I got some of the textures, like these textures and stuff I got from the game. But I'm not going to be using them all exactly like that. I'm planning on just redoing the patterns here for the armor, which is what I'm about to do. Or I might use a bump map. I'm not really entirely sure yet. A bump map might be better, but I'll be doing that in Photoshop. But I am actually toon shading. Let me go and see if I can show you. I don't know if I have enough lighting for this, but as you can see, I'm toon shading the hair. I'm toon shading the cowl here. Those two will be toon shaded. Oh, and the rope as well will be toon shaded. So it's gonna be pretty interesting. His skin here is gonna be realistic. This part I'm probably gonna replace with a more fabricy texture, or at least get, you know, more fabricy texture involved in that. Maybe add some bump. I might reuse the texture as well. I'm gonna go back and trace over these with some more to get some bump maps out of that, as well as these ones on the bottom, and try to be as efficient as possible. Okay, gotta get the glove done. So let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and say that the glove starts around, you know, his armpit area and then goes down to his wrist. So this is arm sleeve, I guess is what it's called. So armpit area, wrist, basically where our UV unwrapped is. Pretty good spot. So one thing is that I don't have the... That's fine, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this out of the object. I'm going to turn off the mirror modifier because I only want it on one arm. What is toon shading? Toon shading is actually something that originates from 2D animation. So you want to get, you know, toon shading has its roots in like two shaded, TWO, two shaded, two colored shadows and stuff like that. Like you get the brightness and then you get the darkness, that kind of thing. So that's what toon shading means, and that's what cell shading means as well. It's kind of the same thing. But cell shading refers basically to the cells that people used to use in 2D and stuff like that to get them all colored. What are you going to do when you reach your first 1,000,000 or 500K subs? I will make a special animation for you guys. That's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be a bunch of subscribers fighting each other. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Like, we'll see if I get to that point. But yeah, I would love to do something. I would love to do something for you guys in commemoration. Definitely. You have my word. You can record this VOD and bring it back to me when that moment comes and say, Dylan, you have to make something. I'm sorry. You promised. We worked so hard to get you to this point. You promised. And I'll be like, all right. I can't go back on my word for that. So, not when it's recorded, right? I mean, what color is his eyes? This is Yasuo. So this is his eyes are gonna be brown. Yeah, they're gonna be brown. Go ahead and make them brown. I was thinking about making them maybe blue, but I mean he has brown eyes, so I'm just gonna give him brown eyes. It's funny though, because Ribbon actually has brown eyes as well, but I gave her green eyes, which I thought was appropriate because it looked better, which is not the definition of appropriate, but she looks very nice with green eyes. So, or I guess they're more of a I don't even know what they're called. Like, it's not hazel, but like I guess it is kind of hazel. I gave her hazel eyes. Have you done Blender streams before? Yes, I have. I do them every week. Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday. The reason why there's not any past broadcasts is because I just turned past broadcasts back on. Devin the Saiyan, thank you for following. But yeah, I just turned on past broadcasts again. I've been turning it off for the past few times, just because I don't know. I felt like that was a safer bet, just in case there was anything I streamed on accident. But I mean, yeah, it's fine now. Ultimately, I'm gonna keep past broadcasts on for you guys to view on Twitch. But I'm also gonna be uploading the VODs on YouTube because I know a lot of people prefer YouTube. Twitch's video player is kind of, you know, it's not that great. It's good, but you know, compared to YouTube, it's okay. So I'm gonna also provide them on YouTube on the Dylan Goo 2 channel, as you guys have recommended. You should talk about Yasuo lore. Yes, I love Yasuo's lore. It's pretty amazing. He basically gets blamed for murdering the village elder when he goes out to defend Ionia, instead of protecting the elder during the invasion. But you know, kind of a dick move on his part. You know, he had a task and abandoned it. But at the same time, you know, he believed that being the only person who knows like this sacred wind technique, he believed that he could, you know, save the day. So is he really at fault? No, not necessarily. But yeah, he when he left, he came back. Village elder was dead and stuff, and so they were like, he was like, "Oh, punish me. I'm so sorry." Sounds kind of weird. The Shadow 4856. Thank you for following. But he was basically like, "Oh, like, you know, I have forgive me, Father, for I have sinned." So he turned himself in, but then they're like, "Oh, you not only abandoned your post, but you also killed him." Like, wait, what? It's like, I mean, maybe indirectly, but like, no, he realized that he was not the murderer, but they blamed him for it. They legitimately believed that he was the guy who killed the elder. So he was, he decided that, like, hey, man, like, this is like not the truth. So there's probably like a killer out there who like killed him. So I'm gonna like do something about that. So instead of like succumbing to his punishment, which maybe he would have done otherwise, you know, especially if he was at fault, he would have accepted death as his punishment. But Dr. Redbear, thank you for following. But instead of that, he actually goes ahead and fights his way out and, you know, escapes. And as a result, he becomes an exile of Ionia essentially, and a wanted man. And people are trying to kill him all the time. Okay, so it actually is as wide as his wrist. That's interesting. So I'm going to start it all the way over here. Yeah, that's good. I'm going to make it a separate piece of geometry, just in case. Can you design Yone? Yone, or Yone? I don't know exactly which one it is. He is actually Yasuo's brother, so I'll get to that in a second. So basically, after Yasuo runs away, he's getting hunted down by his fellow Ionians. And of course, the only way, because nobody will believe him that he didn't kill the elder, the only way he can survive is by, you know, killing them, which he's very sad about. But he has no choice because he's sworn to go find the real killer and avenge his elder. And so what he does, you know, after a few days, months, years, his brother eventually comes after him, his own brother, and his name is Yone, or Yon. I'll just call him Yon. I don't know how it's pronounced. His brother comes after him to kill him, and he couldn't convince him that he was innocent, so they ended up having to duel and fight. And Yasuo murders him, like, and I mean that in like a literal and figurative sense. He completely decimates him, like he's just way stronger than his brother. So like it's over in like an instant, and then he's like all sad and stuff, and he's like, "Oh, bro, man, like why'd you believe them, man? Like I'm your brother. Like how could you possibly think I was guilty?" And then his brother, because like this is a very strange, like Yasuo never knew why people even accused him. They never told him why he was guilty. They just said it was you. It's definitely you. No questions asked. Guilty until proven innocent. So he asked why, and his brother, for the first time, he found out from his brother that the elder was killed by a wind technique, which is Yasuo is the only person in the entire village to have mastered this wind technique. And so it's like, who else could it be? It's like, oh, yeah, well, that makes a lot of sense. And so, like, for the first time, Yasuo understands, like, why people, like, started trying to kill him and stuff. And so, so from then on, he buries his brother, which is very sad. And then he swears to, you know, avenge him and the Elder and everyone he's killed by finding the true killer and, you know, seeking justice, so to speak. Oh yeah, Talia. Oh yeah. So I mean, obviously, I'm listening to her music right now, so I love her lore. For those of you guys who don't know, Talia is the newest champion in League, and she is an Earthbender. Basically, she's amazing. She looks and feels amazing, and her lore is pretty cool too. So basically, the lore is that Talia, and I love how they did this, by the way, because Yasuo is totally an airbender, because he's like, taste the wind or whatever, or face the wind, I don't know. And so he does like windy stuff, and then and Talia does earth stuff. So like they totally did that on purpose, like earthbender with top by and an airbender. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, so Yasuo is like wandering and stuff, and Talia is just like trying to get stronger, and so she's like wandering as well, trying to train. She went to Noxus for a little bit, and like they tricked her into like doing not okay stuff, morally speaking, and then she met Yasuo, and Yasuo started teaching her because he's like super like wise and all that because of all his having to kill his brother and stuff. He's very knowledgeable, not only in the arts of you know, moving the elements, which he knows pretty well, I would say, but also in finding yourself, you know, and becoming the greatest warrior you could be, you know, which is all about what Talia's trying to do. She's trying to become stronger so she can protect her family, and also to avoid, you know, controlling her powers to avoid hurting her friends, which I'm assuming happened a few times when she was younger. So so yeah, yeah, they're pretty close, and so I'm actually hoping to include Talia in this project. So in future streams, if you guys tune in, you might see me working on Talia. She's gonna be pretty fun to animate. Yeah, she's an amazing kid, and I love Avatar, so Earthbender's, you know, totally my thing. How long does an average project take for you? I would say an average project takes about highly depends. Average, I would say maybe a month, 2 months. A month to 2 months. A large project, like Ionia the Blood Moon was a very large project, and this project is pretty large, but hopefully a little bit smaller than that project. That one had a lot of characters, and it was all hand animated. This one I'm going to be using a combination of hand animation and motion capture so I can get it done faster. By the way, this looks pretty good. I'm satisfied with that. The glove here, it's pretty nice. Pretty nice. I like that. But yeah, it highly depends on the complexity of the project itself, so hard to say. By the way, shout out to Kaz who did this sword model. I'm going to be editing it a little bit, but it looks pretty nice already. I'm going to get the sheath here and start to use that a little bit. This sword is like all weird and tangled up and stuff. Or oh no, interesting. Let me go ahead and take his sword, the in-game sword, and remove the doubles so that I can get a better idea of what it looks like. Ah, there we go. So it looks like his sword actually has a little bit of a yeah, a little bit of a dent. Is that a cut? I don't know, whatever. But yeah, those Talia stones must be difficult to model. They will probably be reasonably difficult. Wow, Kaz, thanks for following, man. Kazuya Tachibana. Pretty cool name, by the way. What's your favorite thing to animate in a fight scene, Dylan? I love doing flips. I think flips are really fun to animate. Yeah, flips are pretty fun. Oh, I love how this flute is like totally smushed up. Yeah, I want to model his flute as well. Actually, I do want to use his flute for something later on. But yeah, just to double check where exactly his sword goes on his waist. I'm pretty sure it's around here, but it looks like it's actually supposed to go below the belt. I'm not sure. Let me go ahead and open up a an old, yeah. Cindy, I am going to be using this. Yes, it's going to be in my new animation coming up soon. So look out for that. Let's see. Do you often use a compositor and sequence editor in Blender? Jay Sketchy asks. Yes, I do. I use the compositor for a lot of post-processing. Actually, I really like the post-processor, the compositor in Blender because it has, it's node-based, and node-based is very nice and flexible. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I do. And the sequence editor, I don't really edit anything, you know, videos-wise in Blender. I do all of it in Vegas, but the sequence editor is pretty good for converting image sequences into MOV files, so that's nice. Dillingu, have you ever tried Cinema 4D? No, I haven't. I have not. I've heard good things about it, though. I've heard good things about it. Yep. Maybe you can make the first video on Yasuo vs Riven and then second about Yasuo going after Talia to help her fight Azir. Oh, that'd be pretty cool. Azir vs Talia would be crazy. It's just basically like, you know, like Gara versus... I don't know if Azir counts as Gara, but Slick Warren, thanks for following. That's man, it's trippy. Silkworm, Slick Warren, nice. Dillingu, I've learned that making videos is harder than it seems. It took me 7 hours to edit a 4-minute video. Yeah, it's pretty hard. Yeah, editing is actually much harder. People are like, oh, why don't you just edit, you know, blah blah blah. This Axtic, a skeptic. Oh, a skeptic. Is that what you're doing? Anyway, thanks for following. But yeah, so let's see. What am I doing here? I gotta finish modeling his sword. It looks like honestly he has basically all his basic parts here. I do have that, and it looks like it's there, but it's not really showing. I wonder if I should make that a little bit smaller, perhaps. Yeah, it looks a little bit better. Not as bulky. A little bit more freedom to face the wind, you know. Spaceman3452, thank you for following. Who will the character fight? The character is going to fight another character of mine, who actually I'll, or not of mine, it's Riven, but she is a character I finished earlier. Let me go ahead and bring it up for you guys who haven't seen it yet, because, yeah. Dillingu, is there an unblocked demo reel of your Ruby work? No, there isn't. I need to re-upload it. Apparently it got caught up in some algorithms and stuff like that, and I need to re-upload it with like, I don't know, it has to be like sped up or something, like, that's what I've been told. It just needs to not get detected. It's kind of strange. But yeah, this is Riven, so this is the character that I modeled before, and I don't think I have any mocap on her or anything right now, but you can check out a render of her real quick. Nephalim's Valor, thank you for following. These are all the, there we go. So that's her with skin. A lot of her stuff is toon shaded as well, which is a stylistic choice, and I think it looks pretty cool. Yeah, that's Riven. So he's gonna be fighting her, and this is this dude. They're gonna be doing some cool windy stuff because Riven, by the way. Oh, I'd never finished Yasuo's story. So Yasuo is he was accused of the whole wind thing. Well, the only other person in the League of Legends lore in the universe is Riven, who can use wind techniques. She has wind slash and broken wings and stuff like that, and all that is considered wind stuff. And yeah, she is basically Yasuo's rival, as a result. And he's constantly like looking for the person. I don't know if I don't think he technically ever found her or anything like that, like in the actual lore. But yeah. Oh, it looks like Kaz, it looks like your sword is upside down. Or is it? Is his sword upside down? I don't know. Ninecraft, thank you for following. Interesting. Oh, right. So why is there a black thing? So Obi Gaming, thank you for following. Let me go ahead and turn up some lights. Turn some lights on. So his eyebrows are an alpha texture. So as you can see here, if it will render it a little more quickly, all you see is the eyebrow when you render it, and it's kind of, it has transparency essentially around the eyebrow image, and then it's kind of like pasted onto his face. But when I turn off rendering, right, it doesn't show transparency in the viewport. So you basically turn that off, and you just see a giant black plane for his eyebrows. Did I get a strike for the reboot? No, I didn't get a strike. It was just blocked. It wasn't claimed, so luckily that was good. But yeah, so that's that. Let's see. Janna can do the windy thing. That's true. She totally can. I don't think it'd be very interesting to have Janna as a rival, though. She just kind of like blow tornadoes at you, and you just be like, oh, oh, oh. So yeah, maybe he. It's true. I mean, maybe his process of elimination is not completely done yet. I don't know. Could be. Maybe it is Janna. Maybe the league guys are just trying to confuse us on purpose, you know. But yeah. Cosmin GX, thank you for following. But yeah, so that's why Riven is there, and that's why Yasuo is fighting her. Vadman, thank you for following. Another thing is that if I'm not mistaken, in terms of the reason why Yasuo fights Riven, Riven is actually based off of Cloud, I think, and Yasuo is based off of Sephiroth, because based on their weapons look almost exactly like. Yasuo is a really long katana. Black people in cotton fields. Thanks for following, I think. But yeah, thanks. But yeah, so Cloud versus Sephiroth in Final Fantasy VII, they have a big rivalry going on there, and I think honestly Yasuo and Riven are based off of that. How would you include the flute for the animation on Yasuo? I would be animating him playing the flute. Yeah, maybe he'll fight with it. Who knows? But yeah. Dill, you gonna team up with an animation group and do one big animation together? Maybe. But I did do a collaboration with Hyun's Dojo recently. For those of you guys who don't know, Hyun's Dojo, they do amazing stuff. Like they did Summoner Showdown. Well, Turquoise did Summoner Showdown. He's part of Hyun's Dojo, as well as Stick Figure Spotlight and stuff like that. They do some pretty amazing stuff. And I'm gonna go ahead and edit this sword now. So what I want is a little bit lower poly, so I'm going to go ahead and take this stuff and at the very least pull it out of the object and see what I can do about that. Most likely we'll use some sort of texture or something like that, but we'll see. But what was I talking about? I don't remember. Oh yeah, Hyun's Dojo. I did One Punch Man collaboration with them. So when that comes out, that's basically, you know, that's what it is, you know? Hey, Pig Designs, how's it going? Who's that? Next Prototype. Thanks for following. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Oh man. Okay. But yeah. So I've already finished my part on for the One Punch Man collaboration. So I don't want to show it off to you guys now. Type 1 for racist jokes. Yeah, it's up to you guys. But thank you for following. Thank you very much. But yeah, so that's a thing. I totally forgot what I was talking about. I keep losing my train of thought. How do I do this? I do want the sword to have a slightly different curvature, because it looks like the way it works is he grabs the sword like that, right? His hand goes over here. His thumb will go on the bottom, because that's how swords work. And then pull out. Yeah, because the thumb's on top. That makes sense. Yeah, it should curve downwards. And having that thing there makes sense. Okay, cool. That's interesting. Like usually, like you would pull the sword with the thumb on, you know, like on the top, and then pull it out. Huh, that's interesting. And but he seems to like it the other way. This does seem a little upside down, doesn't it? Interesting. I wonder if you can, you know, 1 second. Let me go ahead and parent that to that. Did that. Now I can move this around, bring the geometry over to that. There we go. Ganchow, thank you for following, man. Thanks a bunch. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Malone 23, thanks for following. Let's see. Is lowering the poly on the sword for rendering or something? Yes, yes it is. If you can avoid having high poly things and get the same effect, then you should probably do that. It saves a ton of time on rendering, and when it comes to animation, rendering is super important. Like in terms of the saving as much time as possible. Like a 10-minute frame. If it takes 10 minutes to render one frame, 10 minutes is actually not that long. Like honestly, like it's not that long. But a 10-minute frame render is like you have 24 frames per second. So 24, you know, for 1 second you already have like that's already what 4 hours. So wait, is that right? I don't think I did that right. But no, 10 times 24 is 240 minutes, and 240 minutes divided by that's 4 hours for 1 second. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So yeah, definitely want to keep that to a minimum. But yeah, this does look better like this, doesn't it? I mean, like I feel like it makes more sense too if he keeps his sword this way as opposed to the other way. I don't know. I have to take a look at Yasuo's reference art. Let's see. I have this here, the official sculpt, and no, it looks like they actually do keep it, you know, pointed downwards. That's very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, basically, this flourish and the blade they go in opposite directions. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this and mirror it on the z-axis. There we go. That's more accurate there. But yeah, that is very interesting. I never knew that. So let's see how that goes. Let me go ahead and mirror this on the z-axis, or just rotate it. Actually, I'll rotate it. There we go. There we go. So yeah, I learned something new today. Okay, let's see. I want to change up this shape here, get it to be a little bit more like the original. So I'm gonna move that over here. It's a very interesting shape. Looks like he has two wind things. Let me take a look at the higher res model, shall we? First of all, that looks amazing. I can barely see it. But it's a general shape and it has a bump on it, it looks like. Interesting. Oh, also his little groove thing ends here. So I'll take that on. By the way, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure this groove in real swords and stuff like that, this groove is actually made to keep the sword clean, so that the blood drips down this groove instead of all over the sword, and you can just clean that bit. Sounds very gruesome, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I'm not entirely sure though. Just a little fun fact there. Okay, let's see. I just want kind of a general thing here. This is a little bit high poly. I'm gonna bring that down a little bit. There we go. Oh, there we go. Let me get a grid fill. Ugh. Grid fill only works sometimes. Do that. Do that. I'm gonna have a triangle there, but I'm okay with that, I guess. Yeah, grid fill only works sometimes. Can just do that. Okay, there we go. It's a little bit lower poly there to help reinforce the sword as well. Ah, interesting. Okay. Let's see. From here, go ahead and let's see if we can dissolve that. Bridge those edge loops together. Okay. And what I want is this thing to extend out. First of all, just recalculate. There we go. Okay. This is a very general shape. And I'm going to be flattening it out later too. Should probably be keeping it more squarish actually. So maybe using a square as a primitive would be better, but let's just see how this goes. Let me turn on. Where is my magnet? It's not working on the vertex for some reason. No vertices are getting snapped. It's very strange. Let's turn it on. Very interesting. Never had that happen to me before. In that case, I'll just do it manually. How am I gonna get this to snap if I can't get it to snap? Snap! Increments are... There we go. Yay, I got it to snap, okay. Flat blades get stuck in the meat. Ah, that's very interesting. Huh. How long does each frame take you? I don't know. I haven't really run any render tests for these particular ones, but as of right now, it's pretty low. Like right now, I'm trying to keep it down to like a minute or two, but we'll see. Let's see. Hey, Sliesen. Okay, it's pretty good. I'm gonna have to add a bump map to this thing later on. Targa Ray, thank you very much for following. Zoop. Okay, let's just keep that down. There we go, get a better idea this way. Now go ahead and flatten all the vertices afterwards, which you can totally do in Blender. It's totally fine. By the way, another reason why I love Blender for animation is because of the dope sheet, which doesn't exist in Maya, unfortunately. Very strange, very strange. I'm going to recalculate this. Huh. Oh, right. These things are all getting sharpened, which I don't want. Very sharp. Here we go. So what I need is a little bit more flatness on these sides. So I'm going for that. I'm thinking how to get this to look more like, well, more like that. So he actually has one piece there and one piece there, so it's two separate pieces. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm going to bring this into a background image, just so I can see it while I work. Concept art, Yasuo, sculpt 2, there we go. So let's bring this up. Where'd you go? Where'd you go, brother? There you are. Come on, come on, come on. Ugh. Alright. 10, 5. The dope sheet in Maya isn't bad. It's if you've ever used Blender's dope sheet or Poser's dope sheet, Maya's dope sheet is subpar, to say the least. It could certainly be better, and unfortunately they don't really have any plans on making it better. Most professional animators don't even use a dope sheet in Maya, they just use the graph editor and timeline, which is fine. Because the timeline is more powerful than other timelines. Like, Blender's timeline is not as powerful as Maya's timeline, that's for sure. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't need to be because it has the dope sheet, so it's an interesting trade-off. How do you flatten like that? I actually just I scaled to a unit of 0. So if I just take this and I select all and I set S and then I hit 0, then it scales all the way down. If I scale along an axis, it flattens it like that. Scale on another axis, it flattens it like that. So you just basically scale down to 0, and it's pretty nice. But yeah, let's see. It looks like he has 2 separate geometries. Let me bring it back here. 2 separate geometries. I want this one to be kind of extended outwards like that a little bit. Kind of bring this over here. Smooth it out, you know. Kind of get that feel. Let's see. Yeah, that's good. Kind of do the same thing here, but this time I want these guys to be inwards a little bit. Do the same flattening technique here. Let's do this. Did it work? Yeah, it worked. There we go. Okay. Kind of get that a little bit thinner. That way it fits in a little bit better with the idea that it's 2 pieces. You kind of want those to be a little separate, so that works out fine. Extend that out a little bit, extend these a little bit. Okay. Poser's dope sheet is pretty good. Poser's dope sheet is actually usable and an instrumental part of the animation process for Poser. Because Poser's timeline doesn't have anything. It's just literally just a line of time. It doesn't show you the keyframes or anything like that. So you definitely need to use the dope sheet for Poser. But it's good. It's a good dope sheet. It's much more usable than Maya's. Okay, I'm gonna extend this a little bit rounder. Okay. And I can do this if I want to, and yeah, why not? Let's see here. This looks like it needs to be a little bit rounder here. I'm using very minimal evidence here, so I'm trying to guess kind of what it's supposed to look like exactly. Most likely this is actually supposed to be kind of a dorsal fin of sorts, so go for that, see how that goes. Okay. Is the One Punch Man collab with Hyun's Dojo or your channel, or Hyun's? I'm pretty sure it's going to be on Hyun's Dojo's channel when it releases. It doesn't exist yet, but as soon as everybody finishes their parts, it's going to be pretty epic. I really enjoy doing it. I did it with Shane Newville. He and I worked on that together. He did the effects for it, and they look amazing. He does amazing 2D effects. But yeah, that's going to be... Ours is the only 3D animation. Everyone else is 2D animation. But I toon shaded it entirely, so it looks very Ninja Stormy, Naruto Ninja Stormy. So that's it was a pretty cool, it was a fun project to work on because of that, you know, in particular. It was very educational for me, you know, knowing how to figuring out all that stuff. So that was pretty cool. Pretty cool. How do you stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same time? Restream.io. It's a pretty good website. Hey Dylan, how do you plan your choreography? This is a very good question, and I get asked this a lot, but it's a very hard to answer question because of the fact that it entirely depends on the project. But I will say a surprising amount of it is on the spot, meaning that I kind of figure it out as I go along. And the reason for this is because having an organic, you know, fighting style, you know, getting things to like feel a little bit more, you know, less rehearsed or something like that, it helps. You know, you just kind of go like, oh, okay, if I was in this position, what would I do? That is one of the biggest questions I ask myself. I'm like, oh, okay, where I'm here, you know, the enemy just did this, and I'm in this position with this weapon, you know, that kind of thing. Am I injured or whatever? And then I think, what would I do in this situation? And then I start acting it out and stuff like that. And if I can act out the whole choreo, then that would be perfect. Hardcore Herobrine, which is the most recent animation I posted, I choreographed all of that in like a day or two. And that was all just from me going like, okay, if I go here, and then what do I do then? I'm gonna go here, and then what do I do then? So, yeah, grid fill. How do I go to grid fill? Grid fill. There we go. Not bad there. Okay. Let me go ahead and remove doubles and go ahead and recalculate normals. And also clear sharp. There we go. Yeah, I actually prefer it like that. Let me go ahead and double check the model here. Because if we do it like this, I'm wondering if I should actually... Okay, this is what we're going to do. There we go. Do that. And then I'm going to have a... First of all, I want to remove doubles real quick. And then I'm going to go ahead and make this... What is this? Why, are there two faces here? Yeah, there's two faces here. There we go. Remove that. Excuse me. So then I want to make this entire base wider. There we go. Is that what I want? Let me see. If I do that, and I move everything back over, yeah. Yeah. It definitely looks like, though, that it's like part of a larger thing. So I want there to be... Okay. I see okay. Trying to get this to be as accurate as possible. Bear with me here. Is that better? It's a little better, although let's try to do the opposite thing where you kind of gradiated there. Yeah, that feels a lot better. There we go. So then I want to keep this. I'm going to keep this separate. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this guy back here and remove doubles. It's an easy way to just get rid of that entire area. And yeah, that looks pretty decent. I'm okay with that. Cool. Cool, very cool. Let's see if I can get this to be a little sharper. That's nice. So we'll sharpen these sides as well. And these sides. Okay, and then it looks like he even has a part here. This part is going to be sharpened. This part is actually interesting. I do want to do something different here. Because it looks like... I'll go ahead and rip them off. Those faces. There we go. Do that. I think it's a little bit more accurate to what we are going to be seeing on the sword once I get the bump maps painted out. So it looks like what he has here is more of a... Thank you, Yvonne Zugo, X Yugo, for following. Thank you very much. Have you tried Paragon? Asks Elsv. I haven't, but I want to. I do have access to the free beta and I want to play it. It's yeah, I might play it this Monday actually. I've been playing Overwatch though, which is amazing. But yeah. Okay, I'm pretty satisfied with this. At this point, it's like it's good enough. Yeah, let me make this part wider. Just kind of even it out a little bit. There we go. Pretty good. Oh, this part isn't sharp. That's why it looks so smooth there. There we go. I'll texture that later on. This looks pretty good. I'm happy with that, and I'll add a bump to that later. Sweet. Join those two together. Now, before I work on the sheath, I actually want to, because I want to tackle all this at once, and this is basically the bump part, the bumpy part, so to speak. So here we go. I'm going to open up Photoshop. Have you learned all of what you know from the internet, or have you studied a career on this? I have basically learned everything I know on the internet. I have also talked with a few experts in the matter, like Shane taught me a lot of things, but most of everything I've learned is self-taught, essentially. Do you not storyboard your animation like Katsuki or Anime? I don't. I don't storyboard fights just because it's kind of a GGP Andy. Thank you for following. It's kind of it makes it seem a little bit more. Oh, someone's calling me. It makes it seem a little bit more scripted, which is doesn't feel as real. 1 second. Hello. Zindar YT, thank you for following. Vicky Cut 2003, thank you for following. Alright, I'm back. Hey guys. Let's see. How do I open this picture? I can't seem to edit it, but I am able to import it into Blender. Let me go ahead and bring this and do the most basic thing I know possible, and that is screenshot it. I'm such a hacker. Ah, alright, perfect. Screenshot it and then just make a new. Bam. Done. Okay. That was easy. This is why hacking is an important life skill. Actually, let me go ahead and make the. How do I want to make? I just want to. There we go. Did you learn all this off the internet? Yeah, we learned it on the internet, basically. Yeah. Yes. Let's see. Yeah, each person should have their own fighting style. I agree. Are you planning on making an Overwatch animation in the future? I love Overwatch! Oh, it'd be amazing if I could. But I don't know exactly what their policies are on making animations there, because, yeah. Let's see. I need to get the image canvas size from here. And then I want to get it slightly smaller. Man, I really wish Photoshop was better, but it's not. Is that right, or? Oh, I cut some stuff off. How many pixels is this? 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Oh boy. You know what am I doing? Paint is so much better. MS Paint is bae. Okay. So much easier. I can just resize it like this. Oh, so nice. I don't have to type in numbers. So nice. There we go. One more pixel. Okay. Now I can rest in peace. Damn! I'm missing. Okay, hang on. I got this, guys. I got this. Totally got this. Does that count? Oh, I'm missing a pixel on each side. Almost there. Almost there. Just a little bit further. 1 pixel. 1 pixel. Okay. 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 It's done. We did it, guys. We did it. Well, I did it. I mean, you guys watched. I guess that counts. I don't know. You can zoom in and paint, yeah, but that's actually the maximum I can zoom in on. Like I'm actually used to working in Minecraft textures because Minecraft there's actually a zoom in limit for Minecraft because Minecraft is so low resolution. Most of the time when you try to do Minecraft, you won't be able to zoom in all the way. So I was so used to it that I guess I didn't even try. I just assumed it was the lowest. Anyway, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be tracing or at the very least getting some values here for the bump map. So here we go. Let me go ahead and get this done. Looks like I'm drawing on accident. Here we go. Okay. I want to use the quick selection. Let me pull up my tablet here. But yeah, let's see. Get some. Okay. Paint this out. I only want like these parts here. Which part is this? Is this his armor? Yeah, this is armor. Okay, let's give it a shot. This might be harder than I thought. A little bit harder than I thought. Photoshop is not liking these lines for some reason. I'll use the magnetic lasso tool maybe. Yeah, they're really not liking these borders here. It's fascinating. I don't know why. Close that up. You kind of got it. But let's see if... Yeah, all the colors are too similar, I think is why. So... Okay. That's all I need to know. If I can do this, then I can get the lines by proxy. Yeah, actually, let me go ahead and do a real quick adjustment layer. I can also use levels. Maybe I should use levels. Up the contrast and the brightness here. Okay. I guess the chat is just not catching up to my ridiculous MS Paint story. But I love you guys. Thanks for always believing in me. But yeah, let's see. What else do we got here? What else do we got here? Yeah, I need to... I might just trace these, to be honest. That might be the best way. Let's see, because if I just take this and I trace it, let me go ahead and merge these two, just so I can get that alone. No, still not happening for me. And that's fine. And tracing something, it's just not going to look as good. So I definitely don't want to just go like this. It doesn't look as good. It does not look as good. So I'm thinking new plan, right? New plan. Go ahead and save this out as a PNG real quick. I'm just gonna say Yasuo texture with random caps. It's fine because caps lock was on. Too lazy to fix that. Alright, there we go. I'm going to do something that I did for a colleague back in the day. And I highly encourage anyone who feels stigmatized from doing this to not feel stigmatized, because it's totally fine if you want to do this. If I can just find the texture. Alright, here we go! One of the many reasons why I prefer Blender or Photoshop is because I'm better at Blender. So what I'm going to do is something that you guys might find interesting. Basically, I'm going to trace it out in Blender and then render it out as a shape. So that's what I did for Akali. For those of you guys who don't know, especially during Ionia of the Blood Moon, I was not a Photoshop wizard at the time, and still remain not to be so. But that being said, I'm better now. But yeah, the commas that she has, the commas, these commas right here, these commas. That bump texture right there, I'm not leaving, guys, I'm still here. That bump texture is all from a polygon that I modeled in that shape, so yeah. Yeah, there you go. How many animations are you working on? Lol, this is like the 4th one I've seen so far. Yeah, I'm working on quite a few. For those, you guys already know about the One Punch Man collaboration. I finished that one. I'm working on one that I can't show you guys, because that's proprietary. But that should be releasing soon, so look out for that. I'll let you guys know when that's out. And that one's in Maya. And I'm also working on Batman in Minecraft, which should be finishing before this one, actually. Which I'm working on in the background as well. And I'm working on this one, so I think that's at least like 3, not including One Punch Man, which I finished already. And then I have Valley1707. Thank you very much for following. Yeah, there might be a couple others. Yeah, there's a couple others, but we won't go into those. But yeah. Let's see. Yeah, that's good enough there. Graphic Titan 01, thank you very much for following. Your name reminds me of the new 1080 I have to get, think about getting soon. The 1080 graphics card by NVIDIA. Pretty crazy, I must say. I don't really care about topology here, so no worries there. Just gonna get this there. Honestly, compared to the rate that I was doing this in Photoshop, I'd say is pretty fast. Pretty fast. Not bad. All with the mouse too, no tablet. Okay, let's see. Alright. I need a Dylan Goo robot to do my bidding. So do I. So do I, my friend. Smash Alpha, thank you very much for following. Okay, okay. There we go. Yes. Alright. Let's see. Any other questions while I do this very, very exciting task? Draco or Mats, thank you very much for following. Alright, Charles YT, I'll see you later. Thanks for joining. Feel free to join again tomorrow. I'll be streaming at the exact same time, so something to look forward to, you know, if you want, if you're into that. I don't know. Maybe. Let's see, that looks pretty good. It's a good shape. Doing methods allows for higher quality result than the original texture file. Cool. Yes, this is true. The resolution is going to be as high as I want it to be, so that's kind of nice. And it's all, you know, based on how high resolution I want to make it. Failed Bananas, thank you for following. Epic Cena, thanks for following. Alright, Dylan, aside from the fight animations you've uploaded, have you worked on more serious story-driven animations? Well, I don't know if Ruby counts, but, Ruby. I worked on Ruby. For those of you guys who don't know, I worked on Ruby. That was a very fun project to work on. I thoroughly enjoyed my time there, and, yeah, Rooster Teeth is a pretty cool environment to animate in. Got a lot of cool people doing a lot of cool things. Alright, let's see. Does a heavier or lighter file extension include the render time? I don't know what that means, but I also don't know the answer to that either way, so I hope that answers your question.
Oh yeah.
Hyun, thanks for donating. Oh man, you're the best, man. Hey Hyun, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much. Take that jail off, you little bitch. Yeah, you showed him. You sure showed him. I mean, how disrespectful. We must treat all with equality and care and love. Competition breeds strength. Actually, I was gonna say weakness, but it's actually, you know, competition. Noxus. I don't know. Dylan, have you ever met the Funhouse guys? No, I don't think I ever met them in person. Most of the time, I've seen them on Skype and stuff, you know, but they were never really on site very much at the office or anything like that. Boop 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 boop. Let's see. Try pressing Alt and then the edge. Oh yeah. You want to select a lot of. If you want to select an edge group, just hold Alt and then right click, or select click, whichever click you have, left click or right click. Up to you. Competition breeds innovation. This is true. This is very true. Lack of competition breeds stagnation, which is totally boring. If you know what I mean. You know, boring. Very boring. Okay, so. Alright guys, be right back. I gotta get the door real quick. Someone's at the door. I will BRB. But stay tuned. I'm going to, not going anywhere. Not going anywhere. Promise. Alright. One sec. Okay, I'm back. Hello. Okay, let's see. By the way, those retards at Adobe invented the pen tool. That's true, they did. I'm sure it'd be very helpful. But, it's fine. I'm fine without it. Also, screw Adobe. You know, they don't care about us. Just kidding. Don't get mad at me if you're watching this. Give me free stuff. But yeah. Alright, let's see. Someone followed! Oh shoot! Oh, someone followed. Who was it? Who was it? Who was it? Alright guys, I'm gonna leave it up to you to type in the name that was on the screen earlier. Don't fail me now. I mean, you can if you want. I mean, honestly, like, I'm not gonna judge you, but you guys can tell me who followed. If 5 people say the same name, I'm gonna just say that name and say thanks for following. I trust you guys. Let's see. Ronan, he was Ronan. Ronan312X, thank you very much for following. I hope. Okay, yeah, looks like it's Ronan312X, so we are covered there. Thank you, Ronan. Sorry for being absent during your life-changing event. But yeah, okay, let's see. It looks like this part's actually not part of the design, so that's fine. I'll leave it there for now. Okay. Bring it over here. That's basically an identical pattern, though. You really want to copy that. Well, I could do this. Excuse me. Because that's the advantage of having these polygons already made. Just kind of see how it compares. It's pretty close, but it's not exact, so I can definitely tweak it a little bit. Totally fine. What's yeah? Seems a little self-serving, don't you think? I'm just kidding. I'm gonna go and turn on proportional editing for this bit because why not? That's fine there. Get all these guys filled out just so that I can get a better idea of where everyone is. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I don't really care about these little outliers here anymore, so I'm going to get rid of those. And then... okay, there we go. Maybe hide the character. What, do you think that character's gonna stop me? Nah, I'll be fine. It's a good idea though. I'll do it later. Okay, let's see. Do that, do that, do that. It's generally pretty good. Don't worry, this I swear will look great when it's done. Oh wait, yeah. There we go. A bit more accurate there. And then, let's see what else we got. Hey, VickyCut2003. Welcome to the stream. And the people over on YouTube are pretty quiet. What's going on? You're getting out-chatted by Twitch. You know how you guys were talking about the competition breeding innovation there? Yep. Kidding. You guys do whatever you want. No pressure. No pressure at all. I'm just moving vertices. How long does this normally take to do? Asks Alec Reese. Depends. So Akali actually took me... so if you guys remember the Akali model in the Ionia the Blood Moon animation, that was... Her model probably took me about like a week and a half to finish rigging and modeling and texturing and everything like that. But yeah, it depends. I think honestly at this point I'm a lot faster now. So I've been working on Yasuo for about 2-3 days now, and I'm hoping to finish him within the next day or two. So that would be ideal. It's like on Donkey Kong. Unfortunately, there's only 63 of us. Ah, yes. Power numbers there. I think there's actually more viewers on YouTube right now. I think. I'm not sure. Yeah? Yeah, probably. I don't know. Alright, let's see. That's done. Looks like everyone is filled out. I'm gonna go ahead and do this one. Should I copy this over? Yeah, let's see if I can just copy this over. Yeah, it's pretty similar here. These designs are pretty similar. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out a little bit, stretch it out a little bit. So let's turn it. There we go. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Okay. Yeah, let's bring it on all the way down to there. That's better. go. Okay. Interesting. So this guy has less of a curve to it, so I'm just gonna do that. There we go. It goes all the way down in a straight line. When you animated the FPS Minecraft, did you enjoy that type of animation? I thought it was fun to do, but it was okay. I think ultimately it was an experiment for me to use mocap just an animation just to see how fast I would be able to complete one. And I was able to finish it in about 2-3 weeks, so it's a pretty good time scale for the amount of output. But in general, I think it was fun, but not as fun. I love hand animating things. It's there's a special kind of, you know, feeling, satisfaction that you get from hand animating something from not moving at all to something that looks like it's alive. You know, that's pretty fun to do. So while it is much faster using mocap, I prefer hand animating things when I can get away with it, just because it's nice. But you know, time is time. You gotta spend it wisely. How long have you been playing / animating League? I started League back in 5 years ago now. 6 years ago? Yeah, I guess it's 6 years ago because it's like season 6 now. I started on season 2. So yeah. Bless you.
Thanks.
That's my friend Kevin back there, by the way. So everybody say hi, Kevin. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. Kevin, do you still play League?
Just a little bit. I haven't played. No, actually, I haven't played since like January.
Yes. Yeah. The last time I played was when Earth came out, like a few days ago. But before that was like months ago.
Nice.
Yeah. But I do want to start playing again because Talia's out.
Is she like buff?
No, she's not that strong, but she just looks cool.
Okay.
I like her kit.
Good old days.
Yeah. And her music. Her music is good. What's your favorite Ruby character? I like Crow. Crow's a pretty cool character. He's got a lot of attitude. You know. Let me go ahead and delete these guys here. Yeah. Did I duplicate that? When did... Huh. Alright. Okay, so that's basically it for that, but I do want to get all the other designs as well, and I'm wondering where the sheath is. The sheath seems to be here. There we go. So I want to get the sheath, because that's one of the things I want to tackle at the same time. So here we are. This will be the last thing I do here for the bump, because I think that's good enough. I'm actually thinking, you know, depending on how well this turns out, I might actually just use the geometry, since I have it here now. And because it's extruded as opposed to intruded, it would work just fine. It's not too high poly. I'm okay with that. We'll see. Oh, that's just shaded. Gotcha. After Yasuo, who will be the next character you will animate? I'm thinking about animating Talia. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, basically Toph from Avatar. Except she can see. Okay, let's see. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, it's pretty good there. That's actually not going to do exactly what I wanted to do, so I might actually just use this part for geometry later. We'll see. So, I'm going to bring these guys into layer 9 or whatever. And then do some quick magic here. Camera. This is the part that you guys have probably been waiting for the past like 10-20 minutes. Let's see. Orthographic. And then orthographic scale. Bring it up to like 10. Let me go ahead and not include the I'm gonna go ahead and not include the ooh, let me try to get this render resolution the same. It's going to be a square, pretty sure. So I do that, change the scale to be exactly the same. 9, no? Pretty smaller. Let's try 6. Oh wait. Oops. Bigger. Okay. 10 looks like a good number. And yeah, perfect match. Perfect match. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to assign this material of white amongst black. That way, it will act as a bump map for you and create what's essentially an up and down mapping. Like, oh, is it going to be higher? Is it going to be lower? That kind of thing. Do you plan on posting these streams onto your YouTube too? Yes, I'm planning on posting them to my second channel, Dylan2 TOO. If you guys want to check that out. Are you excited for Final Fantasy 15? I am, but mostly for the cutscenes. I haven't played any of the Final Fantasy games, but they look amazing. Hey, so I was watching your video doing the update for Ruby the other day, and there's anime in the background playing on the back right behind you. What's the name of it? The name is is this lagging? I don't know. Let's see. Can you guys hear me? Looks like rendering gives it a little bit of a panic attack. Can you guys hear me? Alright, cool. I was rendering. So rendering, apparently, even if it's a very simple render, makes people angry. So let's go ahead and do Blender internal real quick. Now I'm going to do a quick change of pace here and make it shadeless. That way it'll be less processor intensive. Ideally. Okay, do that. This should render in a heartbeat if I do it right. Let's see. Done. Much better. Okay, so it looks like that is got some weird geo to it. I don't know what's going on there. I'm gonna fix that there. Okay. There we go. A bit more accurate there. Bring these guys up a little bit. Okay. Alrighty. Do you play Minecraft for the cutscenes too? Yes. I'm just kidding. No, not at all. Okay, let's see. Okay. This is basically done. Alright. Cool. I'm just gonna go ahead and save this. Oh, looks like I got some distortion here going on. Ignore that. I'm just gonna bring it over here. Done. Okay. Do you play World of Warcraft? I do not play World of Warcraft. I hear it's an amazing game though. I do play Guild Wars 2, or did anyway. It's a pretty fun game. But that's about as close as I can get to MMOs these days. Let me move this camera just a little bit. Looks like that fits a little bit better. That way I can get this to line up more accurately. There we go. So I'm doing like a 2000 by 2000 render. I'm just going to do 2048 just because the computer scientist in me tells me that's a good idea. Let's see. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. Let's render that out. I'm gonna go ahead and save this now as a texture for Yasuo. Let's say bump. And so we can go ahead and test this out now, and there's going to be a lot of trial and error here just to see exactly how well this fares. So wish me luck here. Excuse me. So right here, what I want to do is, yes, for these guys, I'm going to make a new material called Yasuo Bump. Oh, I didn't catch the name of the anime you said. Yes. So the name of the anime is Epic 7, and it's actually not an anime. It's a game, and the cutscene of the game is animated with 2D animation, which is amazing. So yeah, check that out. I actually didn't say the name earlier, by the way. I interrupted myself because I thought the stream was down. But yeah, the anime is Epic 7, and it looks amazing. That's where it was from that video. Let's see. I want to do, yes, here we go. I currently have an emission texture on it. I want to double check. I'm going to do some node-based shaders here, so you guys are going to get a taste of what cycles looks like in the node editor. So I have this thing here, which is fine. The color is okay. I'm going to keep the color as it is. Instead of emission, I want to use a partly glossy, partly diffuse, let's say. That's usually a good idea. Get those two together. And then I'm going to go and duplicate this and find the correct Yasuo bump texture, which is going to be right here. Right where I saved it. Put that there, put that there. And also, that's just, I'm using that as a specular right now. Yo man, CLV. Thanks very much for following. Sounds like I'm saying like your mom or yo man, but oh wait, it is yo man, isn't it? Your name is Yo Man, of course. I knew that. Simple names like that. How could I possibly get it wrong? Names are so easy. Yeah, Epic 7. Dylan, what is your favorite animation that you've made? I don't know if I have a favorite, honestly. I like making animations. And the main thing is that like a lot of animations there's things I don't like about it, you know? Like I'm like, oh, I'm always nitpicking about like, oh, this could be better, that kind of thing. So it's hard to say if I have like a favorite. There's a lot of things wrong with Ionia, just like looking back on it. Okay, let's see. Sorry, once I'm getting distracted. I want to make this bumpier. But honestly, that looks pretty not bad. Pretty not bad. Very not bad. Okay, let's see. Bring it all the way down. Bring it to 0.5 maybe. It's a good number, 0.3. It's fine. But as for this glossiness, I think yeah, it's sort of okay. Bring it to be a little bit more shiny. As it is armor after all. Did you toon shade Katsu Cats? Yes, I did. It was very fun toon shading Katsu Cats. Very fun indeed. Okay, that's fine. There we go. Ah, yes. Much better. Okay. So now that we have the bump there, I want to go ahead and finish it off with the armband. Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. It has the border. We should probably get the border in. Because overall, like, I just want to test it out, and I'm pretty satisfied with it. If you guys can see that there, I'm like, it's not perfect, but it's also like good enough, you know, for my standards. I just kind of want something that's believably metal and doesn't look like crap. So we're on our way there. And let's see. I want there to be an outline for the thing. Yes, the border. There we go. So here we are with the border. I'm gonna go ahead and start modeling the. There we go. The border there. Just real quick. It'll only take a second. I promise. Okay. Because once we get the border down there and then the other two pieces of the armor, I'm gonna call it a day because that is pretty good progress for today. The armor is shaded and bumpy and all that stuff. Oh, thanks, Trevin Collins. That's actually really nice to hear. I'm glad she liked it. Katsu Cats is actually a really fun project to work on because it was an original piece and I was able to play around with, with the original characters and stuff like that, and that was a lot of fun. I hand animated it all, so that was fun. I toon shaded it, so that was also fun. The main thing I love about toon shading is because it's stylized, but it's also really, really cheap on rendering. That's one of the main reasons why I like it. It allows me to make longer animations and push things further, technically speaking. So it's a lot of fun there. Okay, do another one here. Yeah, I got distracted while rendering, it's true, Alex Reese. Yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, it is Epic 7. Epic 7 is the name of the thing. Ultimate Ninja Storm games. Yeah. I love their toon shading, which is why I kind of strive to reach something similar to that level in One Punch Man, and I think we're getting there. Me and Shane have been collaborating on how to get that toon shaded style looking correct, and it's made a lot of progress since the beginning. If you guys haven't seen parts of my One Punch Man collaboration when I was working on it, if you guys weren't there, I think it was a few weeks ago that I was working on One Punch Man. I finished it up, so I can't show you the whole thing because that'd be unfair for anyone who who needs to see it when it comes out, as well as for the rest of the guys because they haven't finished yet. So, but yeah, I'd love to show you guys a sneak peek or something. Speaking of which, I still need to show you guys the sneak peek for Batman. But yeah, I'll need to find the file for that because I think it just finished rendering. I got one shot of it, one piece of it. So I'll show you guys that later. Where did you learn all of this? Yeah, people keep asking me that. I'm self-taught mostly. I learn everything on the internet or from from tutorials and stuff like that. Let's see. Wait, what am I doing? I'm just like blindly outlining that area. I don't need that area to be outlined. Do not need that. I do need this. Okay, pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, let's see. I do want this armband here. I believe this is the armband that they use for the left hand and the right hand, I think. So let's. Ooh, that's fine. Let's go and use that. Okay. By the way, using bump textures is a great way to sweeten your materials very cheaply. So if you guys are ever doing any kind of like texturing or shading for any kind of project, try using a bump texture. Just try using a normal map or something like that. It's very easy to do. You just got to get a black and white map of what you want to be higher and lower, a height map essentially, and then you're good. You know, so. Try it out. Try it out. As well as the specular map, by the way. I'm kind of sharing the specular map and the bump map just because this particular thing is shinier when it's more silver and duller when it's blue. So I'm just kind of like giving it that aesthetic and also being very lazy. So I don't want to make a specific specular map. I can, if you want a more realistic look. But I'm totally fine without it, so I'm not going to bother. Okay, got that there. I'm going to go ahead and delete that, and delete that, and then get these two to... Yeah, there we go. Much better. Okay, and then it looks like I still have these things. Yeah, that looks like one. That maybe looks like one. No, I think that's one of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and do those, and then do one final test render. See how it goes. Type in Epic 7 game. Epic 7 anime doesn't exist. Yeah, it's not an anime. It's a game. But the animation looks amazing. It doesn't look like that in the game, by the way. Those are just cutscenes, and I think they use it for the trailer as well. So if you look up Epic 7 trailer, you might get a better idea of where that comes from. Did you have a lot of time to learn these things? I started out learning everything on one of the winter breaks of my school year, which I had about a month to do, and during that month I basically picked up everything I needed to know to get started in Blender. So it doesn't take too long as you're dedicated. A lot of time that I spent, well, I mean, I guess I could say the amount of time that I spent during that month was, 12 hours a day, that kind of thing. So if you want to do it, I say go for it. It's definitely worth it to learn. I think it's a lot of fun if you enjoy this kind of thing. Okay. And did this one? That is one, right? Let me double check. Looks like his armor is specifically yeah, I just did that one, and these two in particular. I just want to do this. Yeah, that's one of them, and then this one is the other one. Looks like they probably share the same texture, to be honest. It's just, what am I doing? I can just check it out here. Yasuo texture is fine. And yeah, it looks like, okay, so they use that one, he uses that one. So I need to do both of those. Fair enough. They're practically identical anyway. So I'm almost done. Let's see. Any tips on where to start in Maya? Well, have you tried Blender? It's a great software. Just kidding. I don't want to convert anyone who doesn't want to use Blender, but I highly recommend Blender because it's free and easy to use and more efficient in a lot of ways. So don't let it being free stop you from using it in a professional setting. It is pretty good. Okay, I'm going to use these three to form that. Efficiency. Oh, wait. Efficiency. There we go. That's pretty good. There. And then you want to be efficient as possible here as well, so I'm just going to scale that in. Bring this over there. There we go. Bring that there. Okay. Looks pretty good. Right there. Okay. Yeah, Alex Rees, that's it looks amazing. I love the animation for Epic 7, but yeah, it's just a game. It would make an amazing anime though. It has if they animate it in the same way, but if they don't, then you know, eh. It's mostly the animation that I'm excited about. Okay, and then for this stuff, what I want to do is, excuse me, bridge those, fill this, fill that, duplicate this, bring it over here, and hope it all fits. It's not perfect, and that's okay. There we go. Okay. Almost there. Oh, shake up my hand. Don't want to get carpal tunnel, guys. Don't want to get carpal tunnel. Okay. That's looking pretty good. Pretty good. I'd say we're almost done here. Yep. Okay, so pretty soon, as I finish this up, I'm going to be showing the sneak peek of Batman. So if you guys stuck with me until now, you guys get a little reward for being as cool as you are. So I'm going to be streaming a small sneak peek of Batman in a second, and you guys will be seeing that when it's done. In however long it takes me to finish it. Hopefully soon. I mean, a few weeks to a month. Hopefully not a month. But yeah, that'll be coming up soon. Okay, that looks pretty good. Sweet. I am I'm satisfied with this. So let's go ahead and render it out. And I'm going to go ahead and replace the... Oh, it looks like the shadeless texture is not working here. I can go ahead and fix that. But first, I noticed that this is really straight and polygonal, but that's how it's supposed to be, so I'm just okay with that. Go ahead and edit that just a little bit. Okay. Okay, but yeah, that's right, the shadeless texture is here. It's going to be in Blender Render. Alright. Is that Yasuo? Yes, it is Yasuo. Whoa! Whoa! What is that? Did I press tilde on accident? I did press tilde. You don't want to press tilde. Tilde gives you all the layers at once, so yeah. Does bump normal map make sense with toon shaders? No, it doesn't. So toon shaders don't really... Well, okay, so it's hard to say. It actually might work to a certain extent. It doesn't make a lot of sense, just because of the way the lighting works. I'm thinking like you could be able to fake it with the texture, because that's kind of what I'm doing with the. Let me go ahead and show you guys real quick, since you asked so kindly. If you check out the rope here, or not, hang on. So, if you check out the rope here, the rope has a texture on it, and it has, you know, all that stuff, but it's toon shaded, and the toon shaded texture comes from me faking the kind of bumpiness of it there, which is kind of it's basically a clamp on the texture, with two colors similar to the shadows. So it works to a certain extent, but it's a little different than what you might think. So anyway, let's go ahead and try this. It should be updated now. Yeah, much better, much better. So the next step for here would be to kind of increase the resolution, or perhaps paint a different color for the blue there, which kind of looks mez. Also, this doesn't really seem to match up, so I'm actually thinking what I'm going to do is replace the diffuse color entirely. Let's actually see if I can do that right now. So I don't even need to use this anymore, and so what's going to happen is I'm going to take this color and make it a dark blue, just like the texture color has it. Let's see what happens here. So basically what this does, I'm going to flip it here. Basically what this will do is, like, when it's using the bump map, it's like when it's bumpy, it will be silver as well, and then when it's not bumpy, it'll be blue. But yeah, it's okay. I prefer this actually for now, but also because I got the color wrong. So I'm gonna be making that a little bit higher res, adding some more maybe nuances there in between. But overall, it looks pretty satisfactory. I'm okay with it, so not bad, not terrible. Okay. Real quick, I'm going to edit this because it's bothering me that it's kind of poking out through the leather straps there. Okay. That's good. That's good, that's good. Sweet. Alright. 1 second, guys. Let me see if I can pull this up without giving you guys too many spoilers. I think right now what I have is I have an image sequence. Let me see. I have a... For those of you guys who don't know, I'm looking at Batman right now. Hang on 1 sec. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna get the Batman sneak peek up for you guys. 1 second. This is exclusive, so don't distribute it or anything. I don't know. It's something about FBI warnings, but I don't really care. Be a bro, and don't tell anyone, or tell whoever you want. It's up to you. Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can. Is this will play or not? I don't know if it'll be laggy over the stream, but it looks like right now it's a different speed, but Yeah, I accidentally rendered at 1.5 speed, but you guys get the idea. That's your sneak peek. That's why it's going to be different. The end of the end result there. So I need to actually re-render that in After Effects, but I will do that later. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you liked that. I don't know if you guys could even see it because it went so fast, but let me know because I know the chat's a little bit laggy right now. But yeah. In the meantime, for the next few seconds, I'm gonna be staring at this guy and his bushy eyebrows, and let's see. Wait for you guys to respond. Make sure you guys saw it. Oh, right. Another thing I want to show you guys is a sneak peek of One Punch Man because some of you guys haven't seen it yet. So if you guys want to see One Punch Man, don't move a muscle. 1 second. I'm not going to show you the whole thing. Why would I show you the whole thing? That's defeats the purpose. You gotta see it when it comes out, you know? But I'll give you a quick preview. Let's see. Let's see. This it? Yeah! Okay. I gotta choose which parts to show you. Maybe I'll show you this part. Alright, right here. Okay, that's it. That's it. That's all I'm showing you. It's really short, so I can't show you anymore. Otherwise, it'll spoil the entire thing. Yeah. Alright, sweet. Cool. I'm glad you guys liked the Batman sneak peek. I just got your messages for that, so apologize for the delay there. But yeah, I want to call it a day. It's pretty late. I streamed for about, oh man, I streamed for about 2.5 hours today. So good times, good times. As you guys know, I will be streaming again tomorrow at around the same time. So feel free to reach out to me there. Follow me on Twitch to get notifications. But I mean, now that YouTube's working, I'm pretty satisfied with the stream quality. So yeah. Oh, who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Intrepid as fudge. Thank you very much for following. And that's it. I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. So if I had like $1,000 to give you, could I get them early? In terms of getting them early, you can actually get them early if you subscribe to my Patreon. Oh yeah, I guess I never talked about Patreon. Patreon is it's a thing where you, well, you guys know what Patreon is. I have a Patreon links down below. Basically,
yeah.
Casper01, thank you very much for donating. Shut up and take my money. Okay, all right. Well, I'm okay with that. But yeah, speaking of which, if you pledge to Patreon, I actually do release my videos a day early for my patrons. So if you're interested in seeing it early, then I would definitely go check that out. And feel free to give me some feedback on any kind of pledges that you want to see. So, but yeah, sweet. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow. It's about time for me to head out. Deltavier. Thank you very much for following. Cool. All right. I'm gonna leave you guys to yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. All right. Peace. See you guys tomorrow.